My name is Amit Surana and I'm here with yet another session. Today we will be covering a new concept which means enough of quadratic equations. Yeah, but not enough of algebra already, because what we will be covering, guys, is polynomials. Yes, this is my first lecture on polynomials and I welcome you all to this. uh, All right. Again, everyone seems a little too stretched out from the previous session, Ashish Sir's session. I understand that completely. Yes, but I hope that session was filled with information, and you guys are feeling a little more enlightened than you were earlier. Yeah. Hello Kalpit. Hi Purbe. Hello Harika. Hi Khushbu. Everyone. Good evening. It's a quickly confirm if you can hear me. Hi Jagrati, hello Arun, hi Vibhor, hello Naren, hi. Hi Arun, hello. Right, superb. So what we are continuing with, guys, what we are continuing now with is polynomials, yes, which is another concept from algebra, right? The only idea here would be what to talk about higher degree equations or higher degree expressions, yes. So this is what we would be covering in today's session. Yes, this would be more of an introductory session. We may not go too much in deep about polynomials. Yes, we'll not start solving them. We'll not start using graphs yet. Yeah. Instead, what we'll be looking at are alternative questions that are possible from polynomials and what you should know about this concept. Yes. Right. Hi, Sanika. Hello, Diksha. Hello, Pratishta, Pranati, Astha, Raj, Ranak, Superb. Hello, Muskan, Prince. I don't know. Her manager. I remember that from Schindler's List. Yes, her manager. I no clue again. Yes. Hello, Sheetal. Hi, Sanika. Hi, Harsh. Hello, Ayushi. Great. All of y'all seem like you know me already, but if you do not know me, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Amit Surana. My name is Amit Surana. I am an aeronautical engineer from Chennai. I've been doing this for over 6 years. I've been helping people with quantitative aptitude for over 6 years, and I've made sure that about 2 lakh students have achieved what they've achieved so far. So if you're planning on sharing this on any of your social media platforms, yes, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you're planning on sharing this, please do not forget to use hashtag cat live daily. And if you're doing this on Instagram, I would, seriously suggest you to start posting than, putting up it as a story, because that's how this would reach to more people. Yes, with the help of this hashtag. And you can always go ahead and tag me up, right? You know my id is Surana Live. Yes, I've ensured everything remains in the same area, right? Everything is related to Surana Live so that you don't forget who I am, and also you'd be able to easily find me. Yes. Hi Prasanjit, Jagruti, Prince. अच्छा सारे वापस नाम आ रहे हैं. Hi Vijay, Harshita. Okay, yes, Vibhor. All right, let's move on. Today's agenda, guys, what we'll be covering today is standard form of any polynomial. Yes, we'll be looking at what you should keep in mind, and what are the areas that could be a little more, you might have to be a little more cautious. We will also be covering properties of roots. Yes, something very basic, and we'll be looking at sum and product of the roots. Yes. So with this, we'd be covering the basics of polynomials, and then from tomorrow we'll start dealing with Descartes' rule. We will be looking at polynomials, how to solve polynomials using graph and all that, right? So baby steps, baby steps. So first step ahead is how to cover up the basics of all polynomials, right? Super. Yeah. Hi Chandana. Hello Shania. Hello. Okay, so if you haven't already joined the community that we have on Telegram, please go ahead and do that. Yes, the link would be sent to you in the chat box. If you're still not able to find the link, you can text me. Yes, this is my ID on Telegram as well at Surana Live, and I'll send you the link to the group. Yes, this apparently is also my Instagram ID, also my Twitter ID. Yeah. Soon also I'll try to change my Aadhaar card number also to that. Anyway, if you haven't already considered taking up the Plus subscription, I've seen a lot of you this morning at a special class that we've had. Yes, I hope you guys liked the environment that you were in, and the timing that we had, right? So everything kept in mind, on Plus and on Unacademy's learning app, we ensure that all kinds of aspirants are taken care of, right? Especially for working professionals. Yes, if you haven't already taken a sabbatical, if you haven't already taken a leave from your work, yes, you may not be able to prepare during the work hours, right? 10 to 5, 10 to 6, 10 to 7 could be a little more difficult for you to prepare and focus on. Yeah. So we have on Unacademy's learning app, we have sessions that are specially programmed or custom made in such a way that all working professionals can also be benefited, and all students will also be benefited. Now that all online classes would begin, some of you might also start going to schools or colleges real soon, right? So for you guys, what we've done is these classes happen early in the morning and also late in the night. Yes, so taking care of every kind of aspirant. Yes, you will have sessions on during these odd times as well, right? Odd to everyone else, but for a working professional who's also an aspirant, or for a student who is also an aspirant of an MBA course, yes, this is a normal time, right? So if you're planning on taking this up, please do not forget to use the code Surana Live, which will fetch you 10% discount. Yes. So let us begin. Hi Anurag, welcome. If this is your first class, welcome Anurag. Yes, I hope you guys, I hope you and everyone else who has joined new, yes, would want to stick around us for a longer period of time. Yeah, I am just kidding. Okay, let's look into our first agenda here, right? What should be the standard form of a polynomial? Yes, what we've seen so far are linear equations and quadratic equations, right? By now, the standard form of polynomial should have been registered in your mind. But if it hasn't already registered, right? If you are not already comfortable with the standard form of any polynomial, then this is the standard form, right? Y, or write it in form of a function f of x, or whatever, f of x, g of x, y, z, whatever you want to write it. Yes, this would be the standard form of a polynomial, right? A naught x power n plus a1 x power n minus 1 plus a2 x power n minus 2, so on all the way till what? A n x power n minus n. So x power n minus n would be x power 0, which is 1. Yes, so you know that the degree of the constant, right? The constant term, the degree is 0. Yes, so x power 0 would be 1. Yes, so keeping that in mind. Yeah. So this is a polynomial. Yes, unless and until this is equated to a 0, this doesn't become an equation. Yes. So if this has to be an equation, then it has to be equated to something, right? So in this case, equated to a 0. Yeah. So this is how we have been using, right? This is how we have been using for a linear equation, right? For a linear equation, the value of n is what? 1. Which means what we would have here is a naught, yes, x, and then directly the constant. Yes, so whatever is a n, that is a1. Yeah, so a naught x plus a would be equal to 0. This would become a linear equation. So a linear polynomial would look something like this. Yes. Yeah. Okay, and if it were a quadratic equation, then what would happen? A quadratic equation, the value of n would be 2. That basically means what? The expression would look like this: a naught x power n, yes, plus a1 x. So x power n here would be what? X squared, a1 x plus c, the constant, that is nothing but an, or a2 in this case, right, would be equal to what? 0 if it's an equation. So if it's a polynomial, or if it's an expression or a function, then you need not equate it to 0 unless and until you want to find out what would be the roots of it. Yes. So this is what we have, right? This is what we have in a quadratic equation. Yes, this would be a according to that, and this would be b, and this would be c. Yes. The reason why we do not use a, b, c again here and we resorted to a1, a2, a3 is because at one point in time, Yes, after T, U, V, W, you will have an X. So you can't have X as a coefficient of X. Yes, so that's why. Yes, so that is the reason why we've resorted to a naught till an. Yeah. Got it. Abhinav, yeah. So there could be a possibility of that, yes, and there may not be a possibility of that. I don't know. Yes, I don't know. We will have to ensure that it does not get extended. Yes, I don't know if it's good, if it's for good or for bad, right? What I believe is, jab bhi hai hone do, right? We have to be prepared for it. Yes. So if it gets extended, then we will be using that time to, practice more, take more mock tests, right? If it does not get extended, then we will ensure that we are any which ways ready. Yes. Towards the end of the day, what you have to ensure is before you enter your exam center, I don't know if there will be an exam center this time. I don't know if I should say anything or not, but at least 30 marks, right? You need to ensure that you take at least 30 marks before you, I don't know, take your test. Yes. Of course, Jagrati, yes. So a binomial. So this thing is called a monomial because here you have only one variable, right? If you have two variables, you would have a binomial, right? We'll talk about binomial theorem. Yes, we will also consider talking about binomial theorem in under polynomials, of course. Yes. Does the variable have some power? Of course, it has a power, no? X square, x power 1, x power 0. Yes, this is linear, so x power 1. विभोर अनअकैडमी के जो फ्री मॉक हैं कैट के फुल लेंथ वाले वो कम लोग देते हैं क्या? I'm not sure of the number though. I'm not sure how many have taken it, but I've heard from a few people, and I've heard also that it's pretty good. Yes, I'm not very sure. See, obviously, कहीं पर भी देखो, free के mock में और paid mocks have the difference of जमीन और आसमान का difference होता है, right? So I'm not sure though, right? I haven't taken them myself yet. Yes, so I would not be the perfect person to be talking about. But what I've heard based on other people's opinion that these mock tests are very close to accurate. Yes. Okay. The topper's mark was just 124 out of 300. Did you break that record or not? Did you make that person feel bad about himself or not? 124 se zyada, you got it or not? See, it started on 7th June. Because it started on 7th June, सिर्फ 3 ही दिन हुए हैं. And we are very close to, a lot of people are just now beginning to, prepare, right? While it is usually suggested कि April month में ही चालू कर दो, right? A lot of them take a couple of months to settle in the thought कि देना है कि नहीं देना है, and by June they decide that yes, they want to start preparing. And I don't know why this is a common misconception in people के prepare करने के बाद, पूरा prepare करने के बाद ही mock देना चाहिए. That is actually a very bad misconception. Yes, you have to keep in mind कि this is like taking a medicine, right? This is like taking a medicine that is before preparation, right? Any concept, a big concept, small concept, whatever, right? Before preparing that, you need to take a mock. Yes, before preparing that, you have to take a mock. After preparing that, you have to take a mock, and then you will have to compare yourself, right? In fact, एक mock is not sufficient because of the diversity of the topics and the kind of questions and the concepts, right? Too many things to be considered. तो एक mock से भी confirm नहीं होता, but at least one mock before and after a topic will actually make you feel more confident about this, or will give you a reality check on it. Either which ways, super advantageous, right? तो अगर आप लोगों में से किसी ने भी, right, out of all 54 people, if you haven't already given a mock yet, please go ahead and consider that. Yes, mock देना बहुत ही जरूरी है, and based on any person who has scored above 99th percentile would definitely say कि 30 mocks definitely देना है, right? That basically means once every week minimum you should give a mock, and when you move towards the test time, right, test date, that time you should give at least back to back 10 mocks ताकि वो momentum set हो जाए. And after the 10th mock, when you immediately go to your actual CAT, right, actual test, it will not feel any different और थोड़ा awkwardness नहीं रहेगा. Yes, that's important. Yeah. हाँ, कोई नहीं, 4 मार्क्स से रह गया, मतलब क्या 4 गलत आंसर दिए थे या एक कम आंसर दिया था? either which ways it's good for starters. Yes. Okay, Ankur, yeah, Ankush, I still don't remember your name. Ankush, please, let's hope he does. Let's hope he does, and let's hope that I would be able to flaunt this outside, right? मैं थोड़ा show off कर पाऊं कि यार ये बंदा मेरे क्लास में रोज आता था. Okay, right. Harshita, why don't you go and check, because I'm not really sure of when will be the next mock, right? Mock tests, they are open for a period of time, right? For a week or so. Yes, you can probably check out. There are too many mocks. Yes, it's just not one mock that's open. बहुत सारे भी हैं. Yes, right. Ankush, very nice. अब याद रहेगा Ankush. विभोर को बड़ा याद है. Okay, all right. Okay, getting back, कहाँ रह गए थे यार? Okay, getting back to what we were discussing about polynomials. ठीक है? Talking about polynomials, right? These terms, right? The coefficients should always be rational numbers. Yes, only then it would be deemed as a polynomial. Yes. So these a1, a0, all the way till an must be rational numbers, and the value of n, that is what? The powers of x. Yes, or we call them as what? Degree, right? These should be what? Positive terms. Yes, these should be positive and these should be integers. Only then they can be deemed as polynomials, right? ये condition है for any expression to be called as a polynomial. Yes, first things first, coefficients, right? We call them as coefficients, right? So coefficients must be rational numbers. Number two, the value of n should be positive integer, right? Only then they can be deemed as a polynomial. Yeah, if they are not, then you can try and convert them into something, right? Try something out there, but basically in the exact form they would not be. Yes, and you can only do something here. If this were equated to a 0, right? Which means then it would become an equation. Yes, and the highest value of n, of course, the largest value of n is called the degree of that particular expression, right? So degree of a polynomial is nothing but whatever is the highest value of n. Yeah, ये तो सबको पता ही है. Yes. Correct. Super. नहीं ना, Arun, that's not the case, dude. Arun, that's not the case, right? That's again a common misconception. 11th, 12th में math लेने वालों को only they would be more comfortable with CAT. There's nothing like that. Yes, there's nothing like that. Yeah, all that matters is how are you able to prepare now? What is past, what's gone? I always say let bygones be bygones, right? So whatever was done, right? You can't talk about that, you can't think about that. So now how you prepare is what matters. Yes. Okay, आगे बढ़ते हैं. अच्छा guys, आप लोगों को कोई questions है तो please feel free to ask me on Telegram, right? Okay, here. So this is a very standard, very basic question, right? Just to get our basics straight. Yes, so answer this question. Which of the following is not a polynomial? Yes, which of the following is not a polynomial is the question. So look at these expressions, and figure out which of these are not polynomials. Yes. Yeah. So look at the first expression. So what is it? What are the rules for an expression being a polynomial? One, that the coefficients, yes, the coefficients must be rational. Yes. And number two, what? N. Yes, that is nothing but what? The powers, right? The powers of x should be positive integers. Yes. So check out which one of these cannot be a polynomial. Yes. Okay, A, B, ठीक है. Okay, look at A. Yes, what happens here? 5x cube minus x by 2. Yes, by x power 4. यहाँ पे equal to 0 नहीं है, right? You do not, these are not equations, these are polynomial expressions. There is no equal to 0 here. So you can't take the x power 4 the other side and say, ha, ye cancel out ho gaya, right? That basically means what? Expanding this, what we would get? Expanding this, we would get what? 5x cube, yes, 5x cube by x power 4. Yes, तो यहीं पे क्या हो गया? We've had what? 5 times x power minus 1, correct? बाकी का expression देखने की जरूरत नहीं है. You don't have to look at the rest of the expression. Why? Because we have a negative power to the x. Yes, that basically means it does not satisfy this condition. This has to be our answer. But let's look at the others, right? Why shouldn't B? So someone said B, right? Why isn't B a polynomial? Just because it has more than one variable does not make it not a polynomial, right? This would be called what? A trinomial. Why? Because there are 1, 2, and 3 variables, right? X, Y, and Z, 3 variables. Trinomial, but it is a polynomial. Yes. I'm sorry. Yeah. Then we have what? The option C. Look at option C. If you expand option C, what happens? 52x cube by x square, which means 52x हो जाएगा वो, minus 19 power x 19x power 5 by x square would be what? 19x cube. Is this a polynomial? Of course this is. Why? यहाँ पे देखिए, the coefficients are rational. Check. Yes, and the powers of x are what? Greater than 0 and are integers. Yes, तो ये polynomial है. Option D is also polynomial. Yes, x minus 5 by 3. It does not 1 by 3x. So this, if we expand, would become what? 1/3 of x minus 5 by 3. Yes. All we care about is if this is rational. This is purely rational. Yes. That basically means what? This is also a polynomial. Clear? Yes. Purviji, what part of this did you not understand? What part of this did you not understand? एक बार बताइए कौन सा समझ में नहीं आया, and I'll help you explain it again. Yes. So here, look at the first term, right? So the conditions are what? A0, A1, A2. जो भी coefficients है, right? जो भी coefficients है, these should be what? Rational. Yes. Number 2, what is the condition? The second condition is what? The powers, right? The powers of the variable should be greater than 0. That is positive and should be integers. है ना? यहाँ पे देखिए, look at the last one. Yes, x power 1. The coefficient rational है and power 1 0 से ज़्यादा है, right? It's positive and it's integer. That applies for all 3 except for 1, क्योंकि first में क्या हो जाएगा? If you expand this 5x cube by x power 4 plus x by 2 by x power 4, तो ये क्या हो जाएगा? 5 power x minus 1 plus x by 2 power what? Minus 3. Correct? This is what you would have. Yeah. So this is not a polynomial because ये positive नहीं है. That is why. Got it? Yes. Right. Correct, Shania. That's what. It should not have a negative power and it should be an integer. Non-integer नहीं हो सकता. Yes. Alright. What is the degree of this polynomial? They're asking for the degree. What do you mean by degree, guys? Degree is the maximum power of n, right? Maximum value of n or maximum power of x. Yes. So what would be the degree? Here you have expression that is split into 2 terms, right? A times b यहाँ पे है, right? So you'll have to expand this. Yes. What would be the degree of this particular expression, this particular polynomial? Superb, superb, very nice. Yes. What is happening here? So if you multiply, right, you don't even have to expand the entire thing because you know the maximum would be what? Maximum power of n and maximum power of n on both, in both expressions multiplied would give you the largest root, right? So x square into x cube is not x power 6, it is how much? X power 5. Yes. Correct. Baki ka we don't care, right? Baki ka would be what? You would have x power 4, you would have an expression with x cube. You will have an expression with x square. Yes. So these don't matter to us. The highest value is what matters to us. So what is the degree of this particular polynomial? It would be 5. Yes. Super. Very good, guys. So Arun Kumar, Jagrati samajh mein aaya? 6. Shania, why 6 cannot be the answer? Yes. This takes us to the time when we were talking about surds and indices, right? So what is it? X square into x cube would be how much? That is a power m into a power n is how much? A power m into n? No, a power m plus n, which means x power 2 plus 3, which is how much? X power 5. Got it? Yes. So anyone who said, exactly, we need to multiply x square and x cube, which would give you x power 5, not x power 6. Clear? Superb, guys. Very nice. All right. Now let's talk about the properties of roots. Yes, we know that a linear equation. Yes, a linear equation. That is, if the degree of it is 1, then the number of roots would also be only 1. Yes. If it's a quadratic equation, that means if the degree is 2, the order is 2, that basically means what? You would have 2 roots. Yes. Now these 2 roots could be real, these 2 roots could be equal, these 2 roots could be imaginary, whatever. Yes, distinct real or equal real or imaginary, right? So moving on, yes, number of roots would be equal to what? The degree of that equation. Yes. So whatever would be the degree of that equation, that many roots could be expected. Yeah, that basically means what? Maximum. Yes, maximum number of roots. Yes. So we could have equal roots also. Yes, there will be different conditions for different kind of expressions. Yes, we'll talk about that. This will have something to do with the arithmetic mean and the geometric mean of that expression. We'll talk about that, don't worry. Yes. And what do you know? Roots can be real, distinct, equal, or they can be imaginary. Yes, वो तो understood ही है. Correct. So this is about the roots, right? This is about the roots of that expression. Clear? So any expression that's given to you, any polynomial that's given to you, right? The degree of it. Yes, the maximum value of n. Let's call it capital N to be less confusing. Capital N is nothing but the largest value of n. That is largest degree of x. Yes. So that would be the number of roots. Yes. Now let's look at this. This question is asking about what? What is the maximum number of roots of the polynomial? Yes. यहाँ पे एक छोटा गलती है. अब मैं कुछ बदलूंगा तो पता चल जाएगा. ये जाने दो, आंसर चॉइसेस जाने दो, ठीक है. अब मैं कुछ अगर इसमें बदला तो आंसर मिल जाएगा. Let's not do that. Yes. So what is the maximum number of roots? This particular polynomial that's on the screen, right? Y is equal to x power 5 plus 2x times x cube minus 4x will have maximum. Okay, Shubham says 5. अच्छा वो पहले वाले क्वेश्चन का था. Okay, I'm sorry Shubham. Yeah, so what's happening here? Very nice guys, very nice. Yes. So what do we indirectly have to find? We have to find out the degree. Yes, so you identify the degree because that would be equal to the roots. Yes, the number of roots, not equal to the roots, equal to the number of roots. Yes. So what would this be? Yes, आराम से लिखते हैं. Number of roots. Yeah. So here degree would be what? The maximum value. Again, to make it simple for us, what do we have? X power 5 and x cube. Yes, x power 5 and x cube. Yes. So what would be the highest degree of x? That would be what? 5 plus 3, 8. Yes. तो यहाँ पे गलती से 3 आ गया है, 8 होगा. अगर मैं ये बदलता तो पता चल जाता यही आंसर, इसीलिए. So degree is 8, which basically means the maximum number of roots would be what? 8. Yes. Clear? That the reason why you need to know this would be to move ahead with a lot of questions, right? So questions में पहले ये पता होना चाहिए कि what would be the degree of that polynomial, so that you would know beforehand how many roots it would have. Yes. The next and the last thing that we are going to talk about today, guys, is sum and product of the roots. Yes. This would enable us to answer many questions from polynomials without having to touch graphs. Yes. But before that, let's quickly hydrate ourselves. Yes, we had gotten into this so deep that we forgot about this entire tradition that we've been following. Yeah. Cheers, guys. Cheers to everyone who is attending the session. Yes. Acha, moving on about the sum and the product of the roots. Yes. We know when it comes to linear equation, yes, when it comes to linear equation, since there is only one root, yes, sum bhi wahi hoga, product bhi wahi hoga, right? When it comes to a quadratic equation, yes, when it comes to a quadratic equation, yes, sum of the roots, yes, sum of the roots would be basically what, or alpha 1 alpha 2 hi likhna hai, right? Sum of the roots would be what, negative of whatever is a1, right? Provided this is the expression a naught x square plus a1 x plus a2 is equal to 0, right? तो हम a b और c लगाते थे, so negative of b would have been the sum of the roots, correct? और product of the roots क्या होगा? Product of the roots would be what? Product of the roots would have been what? The constant, that is a2. Yes. So here let's talk about the polynomials of higher degree, right? So how would you deal with a cubic polynomial? How you would deal with a polynomial of degree 4, 5 and so on? Yes. So here this is the standard expression a naught x bar n plus a1 x bar n minus 1. Yes, मतलब क्या होगा अगर ये, if this were a cubic polynomial, then you would have x cube plus x square plus x bar 0, that is constant. Got it? Yes. Correct. Minus b by a in that case. Yeah, correct. Minus b by a in that case. So assuming that this would be 1. If it's not 1, then a1 by a naught. In this case, it would be a2 by a naught. Correct? Of course. Yes, Jagrati. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. So here for any polynomial, which means an expression of any degree, yes, the sum of the roots would always be what? That is, considering there are, you know, how many ever a till a n, right, till alpha n, if these are the roots, yes, alpha 1 2 3 all the way till alpha n, then the sum of the roots would always be what? The coefficient, right? The coefficient of the second degree, yes, second highest degree, yes. So n power 1, n minus 1, whatever is the coefficient of x power n minus 1 would be the sum of the roots, but that would be the negative sum of the roots. Yes. So here what happens is, yes, you consider what? Minus 1 per n. Yes, minus 1 per n every time. Yes. So this would be a1 by a naught only, but minus 1 per n. Yes, so whatever is n, right? Whatever is n. In this case, it will be what? If this were a cubic expression, then this would have been what? N minus 1 would be 2, so n square to positive ho jayega, right? Any which ways in the expression also it will be like that only. Yeah. So this would be the sum of the roots. Yes. How about sum of the roots taken 2 at a time? Yes. So since there are too many expressions, too many roots also you can expect, yes. So sum of the roots taken 2 at a time, which means product of the first and the second root plus product of the second and the third root plus product of the third and the fourth root all the way till product of the first and the nth root. Yes, so वापस क्या हो जाएगा? AB, BC, CA हो जाएगा, right? So alpha n into alpha 1, right? So this would be what? A2 by a naught. Yes, this would be what? A2 by a naught, where A2 would be what? This. Got it? So यहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगा? What would happen if this is A2? That basically means minus 1 per n. So n is 2 here according to this. Yes. n अगर 2 है, then what would happen? This would remain positive. समझ में आ रहा है? यहाँ पर B we have into 1 power n. But since n is 2 here, yes, n is 2 here, this becomes n square minus 1 square is what? Plus 1. Yes. Clear? तो यहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगा? Again minus 1 per n, but n would be what? 1 here. Yes. Similarly, now we start grouping the roots, right? Now we start grouping the roots. Yes. So now if we group the roots, yes, 3 at a time, then what would happen? That would basically be the negative of the third coefficient here. Yes. So here alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 are the 3 roots. Yes. Then alpha 2, alpha 3, alpha 4 plus alpha 3, alpha 4, alpha 5 all the way till what? Alpha n minus 1, alpha n, and then alpha 1, right? This would be the last expression, right? So the sum of roots taken in a group of 3, right? In the groups of 3 would be what? Minus a3 by a naught. Yes, keeping in mind again minus 1 power n. n यहाँ पे क्या है 3 है, so this will be negative. Yes, so what happens here? What happens here is the roots. Yes, the roots would the sum and the product, right? This would be like this. Yes, the sum would be what? Positive here, negative here, positive here, negative here, positive here, negative here, all the way till whatever is n. Got it? You want me to explain which part? Sum of roots taken 3 at a time wala part? Yes, okay. minus 1 power n अगर आपको लग रहा है कि this is confusing you in any which ways, which it should not. Yes, यहाँ पे n क्या है? 3 है. Yes, so that is why minus 1 cube would be what? Minus 1 itself. That is why it's negative. Yes. हाँ, don't worry guys, I'll do it again. Yes, वापस समझा देता हूँ, right? Let me erase everything that we have here. Yes. So here, now that we know how to find out sum of the roots. Yes, so sum of the roots में basically क्या हो रहा है? We are taking the roots one at a time. Yes, one root लेके फिर कर. Got it? So this would be what? A1, whatever is the first. So according to our nomenclature, whatever is the first coefficient, right? This is not first coefficient. This is the zeroth coefficient. उसको तो भूल ही जाओ, right? The first coefficient will decide what would be the sum of the roots. Yes, so first coefficient over a naught. So if I assume a naught is 1, yes, then it will be what? A1. But this has to be multiplied with what? Minus 1 power n. Yes, minus 1 power n. So यहाँ पे n क्या हो जाएगा? 1 हो जाएगा, right? So this would be what? Minus 1 power 1. Yes. So this would be equal to what? Minus a1 by a naught. Are you getting this? Yes. So taken one at a time. Yes, one at a time. मैं लिख के बता देता हूँ. Taken one at a time में क्या होगा? The value of n should be equal to 1. Yes. So this would be what? Minus 1 power n, and whatever is the first coefficient divided by the zeroth coefficient. Because if a naught is not equal to 1, then you'll have to do that, right? तो यहाँ पे since n is what 1, तो ये क्या हो जाएगा? Minus, yes, minus a1 by a naught. That is why in a quadratic equation sum क्या होता है? Yes, in a quadratic equation what would be the sum? a naught x square plus a1x plus a2 is equal to 0, है ना? This is the expression. Yes, this is the equation. तो यहाँ पे क्या हो जाता है? यहाँ पे क्या हो जाता है? The sum of the roots. Yes, the sum of the roots is what? Minus a1. Why? Same thing. Minus 1 power n an by a naught. Correct? So यहाँ पे n क्या है? 1. That means minus a1 by a naught. That's nothing but minus b by a. Got it? यही अगर if we take 2 at a time, 2 roots together, right? Product of 2 roots together, alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 2, alpha 3, alpha 3, alpha 4, ऐसे करेंगे ना? That is, in this case, such a quadratic equation, it's not possible. Let's take an example of a cubic expression, right? Cubic equation लेके I'll explain it to you. Yes. So cubic equation क्या होगा यहाँ पे? a naught x cube plus a1 x square plus a2 x plus a3 would be equal to 0, है ना? तो यहाँ पे what would be the sum of the roots? Yes, sum of the roots taken one at a time would be how much? Same, minus a1 by a naught. Why? क्योंकि n यहाँ पे 1 है, minus 1 power n would be minus 1. Yes, so you do this. Yeah. Now when you take 2 roots together, अच्छा ये नहीं दिख रहा है. Let's see if we have, हाँ ठीक है, यहाँ पे empty slide है, right? We'll go back to that slide, don't worry. तो मैं यहाँ पे समझा देता हूँ एक बार, ठीक है? We are taking a cubic expression. Yes, a naught x cube plus a1 x square plus a2 x plus a3 should be equal to 0. ये cubic expression है ना? Yes, तो a b c d भी लिख सकते हो if you think this is confusing. a naught वगैरह confusing अगर लग रहा है, so हाँ, I'm writing it again सृष्टि. मेरे को पता चल गया that you would not be able to view it, that's why I'm writing it again. ठीक है? तो यहाँ पे sum of the roots. Yes, sum of the roots taken one at a time. Yes, मतलब क्या हो गया? If we have the roots to be alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, यहाँ पे 3 ही होंगे roots, correct? Alpha 1, 2 and 3. Yes. So taken one at a time, that basically would mean what? Alpha 1 plus alpha 2 plus alpha 3. What should be the value of this? Yes. So this always, so sum of roots taken in any groups will always be what? Minus 1 power n into a power n by a naught. Got it? तो यहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगा? Minus 1 power n. So n would be what here? Taken one at a time, which means n का value 1 हो जाएगा. So minus 1 power 1 into a1 by a naught. This is how much? Minus a1 by a naught. Got it? Yes. Now let's look at what will be 2 at a time. Yes. So n का value क्या हो जाएगा? 2 हो जाएगा. That is the roots will look like this: alpha 1 alpha 2 plus alpha 2 times alpha 3 plus alpha 3 times alpha 1. Yes. How much should this be? How much should this be? This should be equal to again minus 1 power n, but यहाँ पे n क्या हो गया? Square हो गया. Yes. N would be 2. So minus 1 square is how much? Plus 1 into a2 by a naught. Yes. So this is how much? a2 by a naught. समझ में आ रहा है? So this entire thing, this will not help us, find out the roots that easily. Yes. Unless and until ये quadratic है. Quadratic में we could have used this to find out the roots, but if it goes beyond quadratic, right? Cubic, 4 degree, 5 degree, right? 5th degree, 6th degree, it becomes very difficult to use algebra to find out the roots. Yes, तो उसके लिए हमें graph use करना पड़ेगा. But for other cases you can use this. Yeah. So now see, what would be n equal to 3? That means all 3 taken at once. Yes. All 3 taken at once would be what? Alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. Plus कुछ भी नहीं होगा क्योंकि 3 ही root है. Yes. So this should be equal to what? This is nothing but what? Product of the roots. Yes. So this would be what? Minus 1. Again, n is what? 3 here. That means cube into a3 by a naught. Yes, that is what? Minus a3 by a naught. Are you getting this? Everyone, now is this clear? So now if at all this were an equation of 4 degrees, yes, 4th degree, then in that case what would happen? You would also have n equal to 4, yes, जो कि ये हो जाएगा. So n equal to 3 would be what? Alpha 1, 2, 3 plus alpha 2, 3, 4 plus alpha 3, 4, 1 ऐसा. Got it? Yes. अच्छा, अगर नहीं समझ में आ रहा है ज्यादा लोड मत दो, right? Take your pace, take your time. Yes, don't get pressurized to say a yes. Yes, don't get pressurized to say अरे नहीं अब तो yes बोलना ही पड़ेगा. Full slide clean करके समझाया है, right? Okay, great. ठीक है. So this is what we were talking about, right? ये तो clear हो गया. Yes, all of this is clear. So maybe this entire structure may not be very clear to you. तो जब मैंने लिख के बताया तब clear हो गया है ना? Super. Okay. Now let's try out a question that will, help us use this particular property that we have learned. Yes, ये जो property हमने पढ़ा है, वो use करने के लिए here is a question. So what have they given here? The expression is what? Of the 4th degree. Yes, so degree here is 4, which means there will be 4 roots. Yeah, try this out real quick. Let's see if you can get the answer. Yes, ये वाला try करो. ये वाला try किया, and if you understand this, मतलब you were able to follow what was spoken earlier. Yes. So यहाँ पे n is what? The maximum value, right? Maximum value capital N लिख लेते हैं ताकि confusing ना हो. Right? This is of degree 4, which means how many roots should we have? We should have 4 roots. Yes, alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, alpha 4. These are the 4 roots. And these roots are what? All of these roots are what? Positive and real. Yes, positive and real roots. Yes. But what they've done is they've replaced coefficients of x square and x with 2 other variables that is a and b, right? Not variable, but more like unknowns. Yes, let's not call them variables, let's call them unknowns. Yes, so we have 2 unknowns here. So iska answer, what is the answer to this question, guys? Koi bhej raha hai kya answer? Superb. Vibhor has given it, Khushbu has given it, very nice. Yes. Others, anyone? Yeah, so what is happening here? These are the positive real roots, right? Alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, alpha 4. Now what do we know? We know that we need to find out what is a minus b, right? A minus b. So let's see what information we already have about this, right? A minus b पूछा गया है. Let's write this here so that we don't forget it throughout the way. Yes. So now let's try this out. What do we know? Sum. Yes, sum of all the roots taken one at a time. One at a time would be how much? That is alpha 1 plus alpha 2 plus alpha 3 plus alpha 4 would be equal to what? Minus 1 power n, that is minus 1. And what is a1 here? 8. Yes. मैं लिख देता हूँ to avoid confusion. Yes, a naught is 1 here. So minus of minus 8 is what? 8. Clear है? Yes. Superb guys, superb, very nice, correct answer. Yeah, so a1 by a naught, minus of a1 by a naught is what? 8. Yes. So this helps us get some idea about the expression. Okay. Now let's look at this. n2. Yes, if n is equal to 2, that is taken 2 at a time. Yes, alpha 1 2 plus alpha 2 3 plus alpha 3 4. Yes, 34 alpha 3 4 plus alpha 4 1. Yes, this should be equal to what? Minus 1 power n would become 1. Yes, and n should be 2. That is what? The second term, that is a. A by a naught is 1. So this is equal to what? A. Yes. N equal to 3. N equal to 3, what we would get? If n is equal to 3, then we would have what? Alpha 1 2 alpha 3 plus alpha 2 alpha 3 alpha 4 plus alpha 3 alpha 4 alpha 1. Yes, this should be equal to what? This should be equal to what? Minus 1 cube, that is minus a3 is how much? Minus b here. Yes, so minus of minus b क्या हो गया? Plus b. Yes, so this is b. Plus हटा देते to avoid confusion. This is b. Yes. Correct Vibhor. Yes, you can also go ahead and do that. Yes. यहाँ पे just trying to use what we've already done, right? And n equal to 4, that is all 4 taken together. Alpha 1 2 3 and 4. Yes, ये basics करा रहे हैं, that is why. This should be what? 1 minus 1 power n, that is power 4 is 1. और ये क्या हो गया? A4 here is what? 16. So this should be equal to 16. Yeah. So now sorry. हाँ वही तो. Okay, yeah, so we will also have to consider alpha. Okay, yeah, plus अच्छा हुआ बता दिया. Okay, so instead of doing it this way, yes, what we can do here is alpha 1 alpha 2 plus alpha 1 alpha 3 plus alpha 1 alpha 4. Yes, plus alpha 2 alpha 3 plus alpha 2 alpha 4. Yes, plus alpha 3 alpha 4. ये सही है? 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yes, this should be equal to what? A. और इसमें और भी थोड़ा complex होगा. Here we would get what? In this case we would get what? Alpha 1 alpha 2 alpha 3 plus alpha 1 alpha 3 alpha 4. Yes, plus alpha 1 alpha 2 alpha 4. ठीक है, ये बढ़ते जाएगा. Okay, plus alpha 1 के साथ हो गया तीनों का. Yes, then you have alpha 2 with alpha 1 and 4 हो गया, alpha 3 and 4. Yes, so alpha 2 alpha 3 alpha 4. Yes, plus you would have a 1 2 3 4 सारे हो गए. Yes, alpha 4 1 और 2 के साथ हो गया, alpha 4 1 और 3 के साथ हो गया. Got it. Yes. Got it. Yeah, so this should be equal to what? This should be equal to what? Yeah, this should be equal to b. ठीक है अभी? ठीक है. Yes. Okay. Phew. Okay, so here now what do you have to do? Look at this, right? So abhi here you can't solve this, right? Here you can't solve this. Yes, alpha 1 2 3 4 should be equal to 8. Alpha 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 should be equal to 16. But what is helping us here? That these are positive real roots. Yes, which means you can try out some numbers. You can try out some numbers whose sum would be 4 numbers whose sum would be 8 and product should be 16. Yes, that basically means what? That basically means what? इनमें से कुछ भी 0 नहीं हो सकता, right? None of these alphas could be equal to 0. Yes. Also look at this. None of these could be 1 also, right? If one of them is 1, if one of them is 1, यहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगा? You would have alpha 2, 3 and 4, right? So the value that you actually get here for all alphas is what? 2. Yes, so here what is the advantage? Here the advantage is all these roots are equal to 2. Yes, so alpha 1, 2, 3, all of them are equal to 2. Yes, so what is alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, alpha 4, all are equal to 2. Yes, got it. So now all that you have to do is just try this out. Yes, alpha 1 into 2 is what? 2 into 2, that is 4. ये समझ में आया? Why is it 2? Yes. So this has an important role, this particular thing. The arithmetic mean and the geometric mean has an important role in confirming this. Yes. But इसके बारे में हम कल बात करेंगे, right? Today is only meant for basics. Yes. Clear? Now, so what do you get here? 4. So 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which means A का value क्या हो जाएगा? A का value would become 24. Yes. Okay. And what do you have here? Again, here what do you have? Value of alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 is 2. So 2 into 2 into 2 is 8. Correct? So 8 plus 8 plus 8. कितनी बार? 4 बार. That is how much? 32. Yes. So now what do you get? Alpha minus, sorry, A minus B is how much? 24 minus 32, which is equal to A. Yes. This you can actually dodge. This entire thing you can actually dodge if you know the relation between the arithmetic mean and the geometric mean of the given expression. Yes, when should they be equal to each other? When should the arithmetic mean be greater than the geometric mean? The other way around. Yes. Okay. Yeah. All right, Purveji, don't worry, don't worry. This is this seems a little too much because we haven't gotten used to the entire concept of polynomials yet. Yes, kal tak you will gain a little more confidence on this. Okay, don't worry. Yes. Or probably we should have skipped using alpha 1, 2, 3 ऐसा लिखने से अच्छा we could have actually used all 4 Greek letters, right? Alpha, beta, gamma, delta कर सकते थे. That would have been better, I think. Yes. हाँ, पूर्वे जी 2 बार नहीं 20 बार देखिए, 20 बार देखिए, मेरा व्यूज बढ़ाइए. Okay, I'm just kidding. Yeah, if you have any question, please feel free to ask. Right? यहाँ पे नहीं तो फिर go ahead and ask me on Telegram, Instagram, wherever. Yes. Okay, guys. All right. So what we have done today is we have settled, right? We have settled the foundation of polynomials, right? कल से we'll start dealing with more examples. We'll start talking about some specific rules, right? Descartes rules वगैरह start करेंगे, कल बात करना. Yes. All right. Hello Bhavesh. Okay, thank you very much, buddy. Uday, hi, hello. Okay, guys. So this is the end of our session. Yes. Thank you very much for sticking around. Yes. If you haven't already joined the platform, please go ahead and do that. And if you have any questions, you have my handle. You can always contact me. Yeah. And the subscription, if you haven't already considered, right? So I don't know if you already have the app downloaded at least or not, because you see how people have started taking mock tests there, how people have started attending a lot of free sessions there, right? So wahan pe, apart from the paid sessions, right, which obviously is beneficial, but if you are a little hesitant on that, ya aapko decide nahi kar pa rahe, you do not know about the entire thing, because obviously, guys, online learning right from the beginning, right, the way it has been portrayed outside is it is not as effective as going to a center, sitting in front of a teacher and learning. Yes, but if that would have been the case, you guys wouldn't have stuck around with me for so long. Yeah. So if you have done this, this basically means what? That this is effective for you, right? And moving forward, मुझे नहीं लगता this year you would be able to go to an institute, right? So even these institutes have started adapting what we have been doing for a very long time now. Yeah. So what I would suggest you guys, is if you do not want to go for the subscription yet, at least download the app and check out the features in it, right? वो सारे free हैं, right? Free mocks है, free sessions, and I'm talking about not only my sessions and other educator sessions. I'm talking about some star educator sessions भी है वहाँ पे, right? So apart from the live classes and interaction that you can have with multiple, right, more than 100 educators, yes, you have live polls and leaderboards that will help you understand where you are with respect to your competition, right? And that is very important, guys. That is very important to understand कि तुम्हारा answer, right? आपका answer दूसरे aspirants के answer से कितना better है, yes? Because ultimately that is percentile, right? And that is how your CAT score would also be judged, right? You know that the percentile does not only depend upon your individual score, but it also depends upon what your competitors or peers, let's call them peers, competitors may be a little negative term, but what your peers have gotten. Yes. So to overcome that, to get used to scoring better than the others, or to identify where you are with respect to your competition, you need to have live leaderboards. Yes. And obviously the test series and analysis, right? A lot of them have already given some mock tests, right? Go ahead, check them out. Yes, test series wahan pe amazing hai, right? And it's almost accurate. That's the best part of it, right? It's almost accurate. Yeah, even percentile bhi batayega isme, right? It will show how better have others performed. Yes, which basically means you will be able to compare your progress with the progress of others. Yes, and your competency with respect to others' competency. Yes, which will give you a very good morale boost. Yes. And the cherry on the top is what? Live doubt clearing session. So let's say you're solving something or suddenly कुछ doubt आया, समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, किसको पूछे, right? So instead of randomly checking the internet, where you know what happens if you check the internet for a specific question, right? वो question तो मिलेगा नहीं, उसके relevant कुछ question मिलेगा, you will start solving that, उसमें कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा, फिर उसका concept search करोगे, फिर उसमें कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा, which basically means what? You will end up in that labyrinth, right? You will end up in that maze where you keep going around, and ultimately your effective progress towards preparing CAT would be zero. समझ में आ रहा है? You would go a little towards the east, a little towards the west, a little towards the north. Ultimately, what? You will be where you are. In fact, you will go a little bit south also in that case. Yeah. So to avoid that, whenever you have a doubt, whenever you have a question, you can immediately take a picture and post it. Yes. And every fourth day, we ensure at Unacademy, every fourth day is a live doubt clearing sessions. Yes, which you would love ultimately. Yes, so every fourth day live doubt clearing session. मतलब कुछ भी doubt है, कुछ समझ में नहीं आया, all I have to do is what? Click a picture and send, or type in the message and send, right? Type in the question and send, and ultimately it will be solved live. Yes, one-on-one. Yeah. So for that, what would you have to do, guys? What would you have to do? You would have to download the Unacademy's learning app, install it, and do not forget to use my code Surana Live, which will fetch you an extra 10% discount. Yes. I'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. guys. Until then, thank you very much. Please do not forget to hit like before you leave. I'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m.